So guys, as promised, I want to do a short video today talking about atmospheres and the fact that we as men, it's not just men actually, all of us can create an atmosphere where people become aware of our presence, sometimes even before we arrive, and certainly an atmosphere that we can leave in a place after we've left. Let me explain what I mean by all of that. I want to speak briefly about my wife. She's a great lady, but none of us are perfect, eh? Anyway, last week, one morning, she went off to work. My wife is not a morning person. I am. I can get up and be bright as a button in seconds, whereas my wife tends to need a good few cups of coffee before she's aware that a new day has started. But she is fantastic in the evening, so we make a good combination. Anyway, she went off to work last week on one particular, I can't even remember what day it was, and yeah, she just got herself behind on things, and when she does, she gets frustrated with herself, and yeah, she went off in a bit of a huff. We all do at times lose our stuff, and yeah, lose our mind on things, and can go off in a bit of a huff. But anyway, this particular day, she left, and yeah, she certainly left a bit of an atmosphere. Yeah, when she tottled off with my daughter to school and went off to work, there was a bit of a tension in the house, an atmosphere in the house of, I suppose you can call it negativity, but yeah, it kind of left me feeling pretty rubbish, and I kind of had to really fight through it to be able to really engage in the day without being drawn into that kind of tension and negativity. And that's what I mean by these kind of atmospheres. I'm using my wife as an example, but I actually want to turn this around and bring myself into the equation, because in actual fact, I know in my life that I'm a verbal processor. And when things get on top of me, I tend to let everybody know it. Sometimes I try to be constructive, but generally speaking, I know that I'm not that constructive in the moment. I'm kind of wound up and anger takes a hold of me, and I just kind of blurt the stuff out, you know. I've heard various different teachings on how we can better manage our anger and all that kind of stuff. And some of it, I guess, is good. Some of it, I think, yeah, the people that are actually teaching it, maybe they've never experienced anger in their life, I don't know. But asking me to pause before I get angry and go for a 5-point plan to prevent the anger from coming, to prevent the frustrations from coming, it's not really going to work for me, you know. When I'm in that place, it's like I'm seeing a red flag, you know. I'm a Paul seeing a red flag. The thought of pausing, I'd love to do it, but it just doesn't happen. Don't panic. When I get angry, I'm not getting crazy and all that kind of stuff. But you know what I mean, men. Yeah, sometimes things get on top of us. And the problem that, and what I really want to talk, I don't want to talk about my anger so much. I want to talk about what gets left behind after those episodes. Because as quickly as I can get angry, I calm down very quickly. And then I look around me and it's almost like, yeah, not a war zone, but you can see that other people have been affected by that moment of anger. And it kind of leaves an atmosphere, it leaves a tension in the house, it leaves a tension in the circle that I'm in that given moment. And I really want to think about how I can lessen that, you know, how I can turn things around. I haven't really found much teaching on it, although I do think it's something that I'd like to explore. But I just want to share with you today, just maybe we can make this interactive. Maybe you can share some thoughts with me. Maybe you've been in this same kind of boat and you can put some stuff in the comments and help me out here and help those that are listening to this. But I think when I've created this tension, I need to recognize it. I need to recognize that my moment of madness, whatever it was, has impacted those around me. And I can't expect them to turn around as quickly as I do. I need to give them some space. I need to give them some grace to kind of compute the fact that I've calmed down and compute the fact of what happened in those moments. I think I need to kind of take some time out to maybe just become aware of what was going on, maybe before, during and after, and yeah, see if there's anything there I can kind of learn from to prevent those moments from happening again. And yeah, I need to kind of take responsibility for it. Not every time when I get wound up over things, not every time it's my fault, but how I respond to that stuff, that's up to me, So I need to take responsibility, and I need to go around and speak to those that have been affected by it, who have been sat under that atmosphere. Maybe it's my wife, maybe it's my daughter, maybe it's some of my friends and stuff, and just say, look, I'm really sorry. I overreacted or whatever it was. I am a work in progress, and I ask you for some grace, and just give them space to verbalise what they're saying, to give me some feedback. Feedback's not always easy to hear, but if you are on a voyage of discovery, as I am, it is really helpful if people can feed back to you. And it's all stuff that we can use going forward so that we don't keep creating those negative, bad atmospheres. Anyway, guys, just a few thoughts there on some stuff that I'm kind of computing for myself. And I invite you to be a part of this conversation, to share your thoughts and feelings on this. Maybe you, like me, have created atmospheres that you wish you hadn't. Just before I go, on the flip side of all this, we can create positive atmospheres at the same time. We can, as men, kind of be that rock for our wives and our children, and we can actually turn things around. But maybe I'll talk about that in another video, because I don't want this one to be too long. So guys, thanks for tuning in, and if you found this helpful, please share it with other men. Please hit the subscribe button, and please hit the like button, and help me grow this community. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bless you now.